Alright. Fuck me. Jesus fucking Christ. Okay, yeah. Apologies for being late. I had a race on LMU that I agreed to do with my friends, and the fucking stints were taking a bit too longer than expected. I thought that I thought that the stints would take like roughly 50 minutes, but they didn't. They took like full stint took a bit over an hour. I even came earlier than it was planned. Fucking the tires were dying, so I just handed the car to my friends. Hopefully they don't fuck it up, because I created a fucking 1 minute gap for them, and they are a bit shit compared to me. So yeah. That's a nice that's a very interesting outlap with Michelle. It's a very interesting outlap with Michelle. Kieran goes fastest, 1:15.09. I mean, okay, the 1 minute gap got helped a little bit by the fact that well, it's split 3 out of 7, sort of, you could say, smurfing a little bit. Just me being maybe a little too quick than I should be. But my friends will make it balanced, because I hope that when I come back to the VC, I hope I don't see we retired or whatever like that. So let me just clear my fucking ads so I can see. Okay. 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 What the f... Does SRS have like fucking 50-50 fucking wings? Or did he forgot to use ERS? What the fuck? 7/10s? 7/10s purely from the... 7/10s through the first sector, and then he regains almost everything through the second and third sectors. 40-36. Isn't that still a bit high around here? Michelle invalidated in the pits. Chesney invalidated. I'm trying to wake myself, well, not really wake myself up, but just, you know, I did a 2-hour stint like that, and it got a bit hot in my room, so have to, you know, this is a totally different style of cars in here. The 2-hour stint is not even my longest. I did once, not even long ago, like a couple of weeks ago, almost 3 weeks ago, I did a 12-hour race solo. I'm not fucking with anyone. I have proof that I did 12 hours solo. Le Mans. Spoiler alert, I won that. But almost bottled it like Norris. This is turning more of a me talking about my fucking LMU races rather than commentating. Baby Driver goes up to 3rd. Yatin is improving by over a 10th. a bit over 10th through the second sector. Let's see what he's gonna cook up through the third sector, if he can gain a little bit more time. At the moment he would go in front of Eddie, who's in the Alpine. Is he gonna go even further up? No, he doesn't. He does improve his time, but he lost a 10th. And he stays in 6th at the moment. Anyone else on a lap? Appelisa. Is Appelisa on a lap? Seems like it's a bit. At least the way that he's driving. At least. Let's see the first sector. I just want to see if he's improving or not. Yes, he is by over 10th. By 1.5 tenths, as a matter of fact. Fario is not improving. Paul is on a lap. Yes, he is a little bit further up ahead than Appelisa, as Baby Driver goes up into pole position, provisional pole position, 1:14.710. So a very good lap, over 3 tenths. Almost 4, that's 4 tenths. Yeah, 4 tenths almost faster than Kieran. Let's see what Paul is gonna do through the final sector. It's gonna be a 15.288, and it's between the two Alpines. Sorensen as well improved his time, but does not improve the position. Appelisa is gonna come across the line, and he's gonna go P2, 1:14.959. Then Michel. What the fuck? I mean, okay. I know that the fuck just looks so weird without the the full front wing. Like, I know that it's visual glitch. Like, you can't even get that much amount of damage. Jesus, that took me by quite a bit of a surprise. Kieran is on a lap. He's in P4 now, as Yengaboy goes P3, 15.039. AKA the chase cam user. Let's see what Kieran is gonna set through the second sector. Doesn't improve at all. 2.5 tenths slower than Kieran. I mean, I guess to himself, and as well he spins on the exit out of turn 13. Anyone else? Michel. I mean, he is on a lap visually without the front wing, I guess. I mean. It goes P10, 15.452. Chimp on a lap, 16 thousandths down into the first sector. Chesney is still invalidated. You're bad. 2 tenths faster through than himself through the second sector. It's very close. In this pack, from P16 to P1, the whole way within 9 tenths roughly. So it's very close. I mean, it's very close all the way up until we go to P1, where the gap is almost, well, it is 2.5 tenths. Bad improves through the second sector, 3.5 tenths. 3.5 tenths would award him all the way up into P6 from what I see. P7, I think, actually. Now, through the final corner, Bad across the line, and he goes up into P6. 15.152 in front of Sorensen. So we had 4 tenths of improvement all the way up into 6th. It's so close, the gap, or the pack. Sorry, it's so close, the pack, that you just gain so much by just so little. In the top 15, especially. Wolster is quite a bit far back, so he's not gonna gain as much. Still gains 2.5 tenths through the second sector, but at the moment that is gonna put him into P16 at the moment. Fari is improving by 2.5 tenths to the first sector, but he has a 17.6, so 2 tenths, almost nothing. Wolster goes up to P11, 15.401. Decent lap from him. Eddie doesn't improve to the second sector, doesn't improve to the third sector at all. Chimp, yeah, he's going into the pits. SRS is improving by 1.5 tenths through the first sector at the moment, but of course had his lap already. Wolfster the same. Chesney pretty much equal to the second sector. Does it gain? Yes, it does. 2/10 gains through the third sector, and it goes up to 9th. 15,306. Farviola again invalidated. I guess let's just go back to SRS through the second sector. Stays the same. The gap stays the same through the second sector. Still roughly that 1.5 tenths through the second sector. So still that improvement is gonna award him up to P3. But of course it would be better to gain a little more time through the third sector. Across the line it goes P2 14.912 for the McLaren. Still Baby Driver untouched in P1. 2/10 of a gap between Baby Driver and SRS. Farviola is still lapping on the same set of softs. Doesn't have much ERS to spare. Gonna be honest, goes wide in turns. Don't tell me those are turns 6 and 7. No. They are, fuck. Turn 6 and 7, for fuck's sake. Well, I guess because it's the double apex, I guess. Fucking, I don't fucking know. Farviola, 4/10 only through the second sector. I mean, the first sector isn't bad, it's just that the second sector just always goes like with weird ass lines. It's gonna finish the lap. Is it gonna be even a 16? No, it's not even a 16. It's a 14.444. So Nitrogen joins into the session. Fuck is that livery? Fuck is that Williams livery? Never seen that. Where the fuck did they run that? When did they run this livery? Fuck. Chimp leaves the session. Should have him. A quota. Jesus. I don't have... This is not that I can see of. I guess. Up at least on a lap, 48 thousandths up on its time through the first sector. Cialdini as well is on a lap. He just started it. Let's see, through the S's. Pretty much flat out, at least from what I heard. In the second sector split, it's gonna be 1.5 tenths of improvement, so good improvement. At the moment, going in front of SRS, close on the track limits through turn 19. Fafiova has retired in the pits. Chimp returns through the final corner. What's it gonna be? Is it gonna be a P2? Yes, it is gonna be a P2. Little bit of lost time through the third sector, but still goes up as a P2. Still 1.5 tenths behind Baby Driver, who's 1.5 tenths of improvement through the first sector, sorry, through the first sector. So he's cooking. Baby Driver is cooking. Hopefully he's gonna cook as well. Hopefully he's gonna cook as well in the race, because recently in the races he's been mid, say the least. Cialdini through the final corner. What's it gonna be? For Cialdini, it's gonna be a 15.088, so not a bad lap for Cialdini. Chimp retires. I mean, he doesn't have enough time to even complete a lap. Baby Driver is still improving by 2 tenths through the second sector. Third sector goes a little wide on the final corner. Does he still improve? Yes, he does, but by 9 thousandths. Goes down from 2 tenths all the way down to 9 thousandths. SRS did make it to the line just about. Who is the closest one to set a lap? Pole goes up to P2. I completely didn't see him. Goes P2 14.734. So still Baby Driver on provisional pole position for now. Lone Wolfster is improving by 1 tenth through the second sector. Third sector doesn't improve whatsoever behind an Alpine. That is a Sorensen. He has been very good recently. P8 only for Sorensen. 15.113. Kieran on an outlap. What the fuck? Okay. Where the Yenga boy goes P5. I mean, he stays P5. Only improved by 6 thousandths. SRS. That was not SRS. That's fucking Chaldino, but he's on an in lap. Gia's the next one. It has invalidated. Let's just go fucking back to SRS. I guess not to SRS because he's invalidated. Jesus Christ. Is it anyone on a lap? Yatin is I think the only one on a lap actually. Goes P6, 15.082. Kieran goes up to P1 from out of nowhere. I didn't even see him being on a lap. I thought he was finished as well. 14.594 for the last race Grand Prix winner. 14.594 at 10th in front of Baby Driver. And that is it. Baby Driver, who could have gotten pole position if that 2/10 gap would have stayed through the third sector, would have been on pole position, but he isn't. Kieran beats him by a 10th and is on pole position here for Mexican Grand Prix. I just need to check who what the fuck is the race results, because last week was Kieran who won the race. Definitely. What the fuck is that? What the fuck is Paul as winner? What the fuck? Why is it Paul? Why does Paul have a fucking winner graphic from Austin? What the fuck? Yo. He didn't even take Paul. Did I even commentate last week? Probably not. Oh no, wait, no, I didn't. Sorry. That's why I felt like. Sprint. Yeah, okay. Makes sense. I didn't commentate last week, so that's why I was so confused. Driver standings, so it was Paul still leading, Chimp having I guess a disaster. No, the fuck? Chimp always finishing behind Paul. What the fuck, Kieran? Chaldino dropping down. Constructors Ferrari in the top. Okay, McLaren dropping down. Okay. So Paul is still leading in the championship by quite a bit, 19 points. So yeah, Paul doesn't need to do much this race, I guess. I mean, of course, he still needs to extend the gap. Would be the best. So let's see. What time is it? That's okay. It's gonna okay, so. Let's see. How the race is gonna go. Maybe Baby Driver could get cooked into turn 1 because he won't have slipstream at all unless he gets it from Kieran, so maybe then. So depends then. People are taking their sweet ass time. Come on. There we go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 roulettes. Lights out. For a long time now, and we're here in the Mexican Grand Prix. Baby Driver on the hards. Well, from what I see, Ball Drive. What on earth was that start from Paul? Getting absolutely squeezed by the two Baby Driver and Kieran, and Upper Lisa is all the way into the race lead. Paul loses so many places down to P6, and there's carnage behind. There's crash behind. Who the hell is that bad? That is Baby Driver leaves the session. What on earth is going on? But Baby Driver yet again bad luck to himself. I don't have Baby Driver added into on the EA at all. Chaldino on the softs, the rest on the mediums besides the Williamses. But what a start by Upper Lisa in that, taking full advantage of the fact that there was some carnage between Kieran, Baby Driver, and Paul, who is down to P12. Paul down to P12. What on earth has happened to Paul after that? Just absolutely no run, I guess. K1 as well spun earlier. Bad has broken front wing. I don't know what on earth has happened there as well behind. I just saw something white going sideways. And that is bad being in a in a well, involved in a crash. We barely survived lap 1, I guess. Upper-Lisa leading away from Kieran. Bad is gonna retire, I guess. I guess 10-second penalty for speeding in the pits. I mean, he still has a whole race to go, so I guess, I mean, we'll see what he's gonna do. But Upper-Lisa leading away from Kieran. Chase Cam still has the well, doesn't have the DRS yet on Kieran. No one has the DRS because you don't get the DRS yet. But still, he's within the 1 second. It's everyone has DRS for now, all the way up until P14. I don't think Baby Driver is gonna be able to come back from this. Has he added me? No. And nothing in the chat as well, so I mean, Baby Driver again, and just bad luck, I guess. I mean, to be fair, probably they're getting a bit boring. Just all the time the same thing, just the same sentence. Probably it's just getting a bit boring. Does Kieran have the DRS now? Because the gap is a bit far. Yes, he doesn't. Why the fuck did I say yes? No, he doesn't. He doesn't have the DRS on Upper-Lisa. He's gaining though on the straight, but he doesn't have the DRS yet on Upper-Lisa. Younger Boy did have the DRS, or at least I think so. He did have the DRS on Kieran. Yes, he does have the DRS on Kieran. So Kieran just about missing out on the DRS. Maybe Upper-Lisa is running a bit higher wings than Kieran, and that's why Kieran is losing time on the straights, and that's why Kieran is gaining time on the straights. It seems like it's because Kieran is quite a bit struggling through the second sector. The gap is 9/10 between himself and Upper-Lisa. That was a slide through the exit out of the S's. He's struggling quite a bit with the turnability of the car. A bit over a second now. I don't think he's going to be able to get back into that 1 second anymore. The DRS detection zone was there through this stadium section, so he doesn't have the DRS yet again. He does have lower wings, it seems like it. So on the straights he's going to gain quite a lot. Younger Boy is going to have quite a bit of a well, difficulty to overtake Kieran on the straights. But in the corners, if Younger Boy can just keep up with Kieran through the corners, then Younger Boy has a chance, a real chance, to try and overtake Kieran. But then the question is how low the wings in Kieran's car are. Michel goes up to P6. Thankfully, he has the full front wing now. In qualifying, he missed the whole front wing, the whole thing, not just the like red damage that you get normally. The whole fucking mounting as well was missing for whatever reason. So behind Lone Wolfster. Oh, Chesney spun, and that's Chris as well with damage front wing, and Chesney having getting a 10-second penalty for severe collision with Chris. I mean, I just guess that Chesney just lost it, and Chris just got involved in that collision, and now Chesney has a BS 10-second penalty to serve in the pit, unfortunately. That's my best guess. yeah, he needs to use his boost mode to catch up. So, I mean, he just if he gets that DRS, I swear to God, if he gets that DRS, he's gonna be golden. He can just overtake Upper-Lisa, even if he's gonna be a second back. I think he's gonna be able to even overtake Upper-Lisa right there. The thing is, he doesn't have the DRS yet, so just Younger Boy, bit too hot into turn 4. I guess he did not account the fact, just not getting used to it, that Kieran is so slow through the corners, and it's just gonna get worse and worse as the race goes on. The tires are just gonna get worse, and you're just gonna be a sitting duck through the corners. On the straights, not of course, because you have so low wings. but he's gonna be a sitting duck through the corners, and he's gonna lose so much time. Now he's even losing 1.5 seconds back from Upper Lisa. Of course, trying to recharge some of the battery, but he just doesn't have any sort of turnability in the car at the moment. So it's just very difficult for Kieran to just drive with this through the corners. Younger boy, like I said, just needs to keep up with Kieran through the corners. If he is within like 3/10, I think he would be able to catch up. Maybe not, because Kieran, I mean, Younger boy only gained a 10th. Yes, Kieran used quite a bit of ERS, but compared to Younger boy, but still. Yeah, so that's gonna be even worse, because then he's gonna have, like you said, Lightning. Oh, again, just no turnability. Just the car just doesn't turn. Younger boy is trying to go for a switchback into turn 6 and 7. Just cannot get there. But he's gonna suffer so much. He's gonna create a big train, as bigger and bigger train as the race is gonna go on. Upper Lisa is gonna look at this behind and be like, oh, this is nice. Through the corners I can just chill, and then on the straight or to the thing I go. Clipsy, fuck off. Yeah, the gap is already 2 seconds. Younger boy is getting overtaken by SRS through the 3rd sector. What on earth? How did Younger boy get overtaken there? Do they even have the DRS on themselves? Yes, they do have, both of them, the DRS, but they just costed themselves to well, they are battling quite a lot, it seems like it, so they might lose time to Kieran. Cialdino and Chris go into the pits. Cialdino, of course, on the softs was, so he didn't, well, he needed to go into the pits. Younger boy still somewhat close to Kieran. Now he's not gonna be surprised by Kieran's understeer into turn 4. Behind, Sorensen has overtaken SRS. So SRS tried to overtake and did overtake Younger boy to the 3rd sector, but eventually lost out on it more than he gained. Sorensen goes off the circuit now. Cheeky little cut there by the Alpine. But yeah, Kieran is just suffocating himself with the... Well, suffocating, not really suffocating, but just... He probably would rather kill himself now than drive this shit. Cialdini overtakes Baby Driver. Baby Driver, of course, is a ghost. So Younger boy gets a 3-second time penalty. We're gonna see those quite a bit, because on the circuit it's quite easy to get penalties. Younger boy goes into the pits. SRS as well goes into the pits. If we're gonna see anyone else head in, reminder: we need to drivers need to do double stops. 2 stops in this race. Gias goes into the pits. In the meantime, Yatin loses a position to Pole. Pole is trying to regain some of the positions that he lost in the first lap. What on earth was that start from Pole? I have no idea. That was some Ferrari-esque start from this year. I don't know, he probably got the reactions to absolute perfection. Like, probably not even reactions, just accidentally lifted up the clutch and then the fucking car went. But they just got caught between Kieran and Baby Driver, and then whatever, lost places. A shit ton of them, just no momentum after that. Kieran is a bit catching to Upper Lisa now. The gap is 1.8 seconds. The gap was 2 seconds, now it's 1.8. Through the 3rd sector now he's losing a bit. He gained. He gained actually. 1.6. Kieran pits this lap. Sorensen and Michelle as well pit. Eddie has to stay out. Paul stays out. The same with Yatin as well staying out. So Kieran going for the undercut. Going for the mediums now. Michelle going for the hards. The same with Sorensen going for the hards. So Kieran, an interesting strategy. Paul overtaking Eddie. So now he's gonna have to. Now he's gonna have some clean air to pull a gap. Kieran behind Yengaboy got undercutted by him and almost got overtaken by SRS. It doesn't though, because SRS has no ERS whatsoever, and Kieran has the superior straight line speed. Oh fuck! Sorensen came out of nowhere on the exit of the turn 3. I guess he cut the corner as well there. Shell goes quite a bit wide. I guess Upper Lisa's gonna pit now, because I mean it kind of has to. Probably Hards would be the better choice if he's gone for the harder compound. Let's see, is he gonna pit this lap? Yes, he does pit this lap to cover the undercut from Kieran and as well from Yengaboy. Paul goes into the pits. Yatin is the only one to stay out for now. Takes the lead of the race, of course. We'll need to see where Yengaboy is and where Upper Lisa is pitting. Here he's pitting for the hards. Paul for the mediums, the same with Eddie for the mediums, so at least Kieran is not alone. Yengaboy is gonna take the race lead, and Kieran as well has undercutted Upper Lisa, the same with both McLarens who have undercutted Upper Lisa. Upper Lisa is gonna have the better tires to the end. Sorensen as well is gonna overtake Upper Lisa with the DRS and just way better run, already having the speed build it up. Upper Lisa is just gonna have to try to overtake these lads. He's just gonna have to overtake these lads as ASAP. But then his tires will be the best from this bunch. He pitted the latest from these people, so he's gonna have... these people have gained now, but he's gonna be so much quicker later on. Then, of course, the question is to use that pace to your advantage and trying to get through these people. Yatin, is he gonna go pit now? Yes, he does pit now. He's gonna lose so much time. Probably is gonna be behind Eddie, outguess. What's the gap? 19 seconds it shows us, so Kieran goes in with the fastest lap. Yengaboy has the DRS, but he's not gonna gain almost anything with the DRS because Kieran is so quick through the corner straights. Yeah, quick through the corners. Yeah. Where's Yatin gonna exit out? Behind K1 as well. Jeez. Yeah, that undercut did not work as well probably as you would have thought. Upper Lisa can't really overtake Sorensen yet. And Michelle is actually closer to Upper Lisa than Upper Lisa to Sorensen. So maybe a little bit of trouble for Upper Lisa so far. Kieran just losing a shit ton of time through the corners because he's so slow through them. How is SRS third? I mean, didn't he start third? He started 5th. Paul lost a shit ton of places. Sorensen gets a 3-second time penalty, and then who the fuck lost some? Baby Driver as well lost. Well, he's not in the. Baby Driver is not even in the server anymore. So, or session. HR server, I have no idea, but session definitely not. And yeah, Paul got an excellent start of the line, but then just got caught up between Kieran and Baby Driver, and then just lost momentum, and then it dropped down so many places, like down to P12 on the first lap. Upper Lisa, is he anywhere close? No, he's not. Just not being able to catch up. Chesney Reese is gonna overtake Baby Driver probably on this straight, but that's an overtake on the non-visible AI, so we don't really care about that. Fariofa has got himself a 3-second time penalty, multiple warnings. Like I said, we're gonna probably get quite a bit of them this race, since it's just so easy to get here. Yeah, I think the same. Upper Lisa doesn't have the straight line speed to overtake. He doesn't have the straight line speed to overtake anyone. Like, it's the same problem that SRS has. SRS is just so high on the wings that on the pure pace, in terms of pure pace, he's quick. But on the straights, nothing. Absolutely nothing. Yengaboy loses it on the exit out of the penultimate corner through this third sector. SRS trying to have a go on Yengaboy to maybe try and overtake him, but I mean, we'll see. SRS has no ERS. SRS is going to have no ERS. Chaldino is going to overtake him. Sorensen is way far back. But SRS, no ERS whatsoever, saved up. And because of being slow on the straight, Sorensen trying to have a go on SRS. Not being able to do anything. Appelisa close behind Sorensen. Sorensen has way more ERS though. Sorensen now is gonna send it down inside on SRS. No, he doesn't. Appelisa trying to go a long way around and now having the inside into turn 5. Now again having the inside into turn 6 and 7. Clipsy, do not fucking do it. Goes up to P5. Sorensen drops down to P6. Almost drops down to P7. Behind Michelle. And Paul as well has caught up this whole pack on the mediums. He is in P8 still. Chimp as well has caught up this pack into the DRS. Appelisa looking to have a go on SRS on the into turn 13. It seems like, at least that's what I think. It's turn 13, I guess. I mean, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Yeah, 13. At least from my from what I see, it's turn 13. Appelisa, is he gonna try and go for the overtake? I mean, neither of them have much ERS. Appelisa has a little bit less. Appelisa has a slipstream. And they're side by side through turn 1, turn 2. Yengaboy gets a 3-second, the same with Sorensen. Where is Sorensen going? What the fuck? Sorensen, keep it on the racetrack, mate. Sorensen, I think, got himself a 10-second penalty. No, he got himself a 2 3-second time penalties. Michelle, ooh, that was moving on the braking. And Appelisa looks up the tires. Keeps the P5 for now. Sorensen and Paul are side by side. There's as well Michelle there involved. There's almost going 3 wide through turns. Those turns. It's turn 12. Oh, and there's contact between the two. Sorensen and Paul. And Sorensen goes into a wall. And broken front wing for the Alpine. With 9 seconds of penalties. It's a very bad day for Sorensen. I think it's pretty much game over with... I mean, if there's going to be a safety car, the race technically is going to be here, but I mean, he has 9 seconds of penalties. He has 9 seconds of penalties. But how the fuck is that? Are the turns 6 and 7 that I've been saying, is that just one single corner, or is there one less corner that I'm thinking of? Yengaboy goes for the move on Kieran. Finally someone close enough to overtake Kieran, and Yengaboy should be able to keep that car in front of Kieran. Kieran doesn't really need to do much. I mean, Yengaboy has got 6 seconds of penalties, as Chimp as well got himself a 6-second penalty. I thought that was Chaldino sending it down inside into turn 4. SRS almost went into the back of Appelisa. By the way, Appelisa in front of SRS. Didn't even realize. So that's sort of like that double apex corner is just one single corner. I thought that was 2 different corners. That's why I've been saying it's 6-7. Yeah, so it's one corner, one singular corner. Okay, okay, makes sense. I thought that was 2 corners because there was technically 2 apexes, but fair enough. Kieran already lost 1 second on Yengaboy. There's yellows. That's a lone wolfster spun on the exit of turn 11. Kieran, like I said, no DRS for him. Too far back behind Yengaboy. He's still catching to Yengaboy on the straights. Chaldino looking to have a go, but not close enough to send it. Maybe into turn 4 he's gonna have a go. Sorensen pits. I think he's gonna pit for maybe even like retire. Maybe it doesn't yet. Lone Wolfster as well pits. Probably had damage the same thing. Appelisa is trying to go a long way around through turn 5. On Chaldino, sends it into turn 6, but that was never gonna work really. That was never gonna work. So yeah, Boy is leading, but he's got 6 seconds of penalties at the moment. With 6 seconds of penalties, that is gonna drop him all the way down to P7. Silver has Chimp has got 3 seconds as well himself, so he's gonna drop down to P7. Chimp is gonna drop nowhere. He's gonna stay in 8th at the moment. So yeah, I mean, Kieran is gonna be suffering on those mediums now. Those mediums will be quite dead compared to the hards. Upper not close. I mean, Upper needs to save ERS. Upper needs to fucking save ERS. Pole has way more ERS than SRS and overtakes SRS into turn 1 with... No, he doesn't actually overtake him with Breeze. In the meantime, Chaldino and Kieran go side by side through turns 1, 2, and 3. And Chaldino is at the moment in front. Kieran has a better X, quite a bit of a better exit. They're side by side. Going into turn 4, Chaldino has the DRS and has the inside. Apalisa looks to send. He touches the back of Kieran behind. Pole is trying to get in front of Apalisa, and he is in front, it seems like it for now. Terrible cameras at the moment we have. Apalisa hangs it there around the outside of Pole through turn 6, and Apalisa stays involved. Yellow's behind, that's Aston Martin, that's Farvola. Michelle loses a place to now Chimp if he's gonna be able to overtake him through the S's. No, he doesn't, so Pole is eventually in front of SRS. Apalisa overtakes Kieran into turn 12. I don't think that's the wisest place to overtake, especially that Apalisa now gets a 3-second time penalty through the 3rd sector. But then Kieran is going to have the DRS for the whole straight. Apalisa probably has no ERS. He has no ERS as well, so he's going to get absolutely eaten by Kieran. Possibly eaten, I mean, not even possibly, easily eaten by Pole. Okay, Michelle was a bit of a far-fetch, but SRS is not getting overtaken by Michelle at the moment. So Apalisa tried to go for a move. So he went for a move on Kieran to go P4. P3, sorry. Loses the place to P5, and now Michelle almost takes out Apalisa, at least what it looked like. The same with SRS. But yeah, Boy is loving life in P1. He's still not gonna win. He's still gonna be P5 at the moment, because he's got, like I said, 6 seconds. So yeah, he's still not in a good position. But if those people behind are gonna be fighting more and more, excluding Chaldino, who is P2 as well, 2.2 seconds in front of Kieran, so he's got free air and free space behind, then he could be on a podium. Kieran pits finally from those mediums. Those mediums have been dying to go into the pits. Pole has a DRS, so Apalisa most likely is not going to be able to overtake. Apalisa needs to sort out the ERS management. Needs to sort the fuck out of it. The same with SRS. SRS just doesn't have the strength and speed, and it doesn't help the fact that he's got low ERS. He's just then like, not even a sitting duck, a sitting tank. A sitting tank, for fuck's sake, in the middle of everything. Sorensen gets another 3 seconds. He's got 12 seconds now. Chimp, is he gonna send it on SRS? It seems like he does. But SRS has now the inside into turn 5. Chimp is gonna have maybe switch back. No, he doesn't wanna go for a switch back. The tires in Pole's car could be they are dying as well now soon. Kieran, 17 laps on the hards. Will be very interesting. Fariofa gets another 3-second time penalty. But it's going to be very interesting what Pole is going to do on the mediums as well. He's probably going to be as well suffering. The same with Kieran, 17 laps on the hards, like I said already. So he's going to have to make it work, because he chose to go medium hard. Pole is going to pit now. Yes, he does pit now. Apalisa gets a free DRS as a result of that. So he can maybe push a little bit through the 2nd sector. Pole is going to have to go for the hards. In the meantime, Michelle is looking to overtake Apalisa, and does he do it? No, it doesn't yet. Apalisa is sending it back into turn 1. Apalisa tries to hang it on your side into turn 2 and into turn 3. Still has the wheel there, but doesn't get the defense right. And drops again down to P4, and again he's gonna have a car in front of him. Michel goes now wide in turn 4, and as a result he's gonna have a bad line through turn 5, for fuck's sake. But still stays in front. The gap from Yengaboy to Kieran is 26 seconds. From Chaldinho, it's roughly 24 seconds. From Michel, it's roughly 20 seconds. Kieran has to overtake Riz. Where is that? Ooh, he's gonna be quite a long time stuck behind the Haas. Riz has the dilemma as well that he cannot really hold back Kieran for too long because Paul is behind, and Riz easily lets through his teammates. In the meantime, Chimp, Michel, and Yengaboy pit for new hard tires. McLaren's and V-Corps stay out for now. Yatin the same thing. So Chris is gonna go in front of them, but he's still gotta go for the pits yet. Chris actually is behind Yengaboy. Kieran 4 seconds back from Yengaboy. Paul is already right behind his ass. Paul does... oh no, wait, he does have the DRS. At least he should. I thought that these were the drivers that Paul just exited the pits, but he didn't. He literally was with Kieran. Not long. I mean, he's still there, for fuck's sake. He's still there. It's not even that he... Not long ago, he literally is there still. Let's see if the... I mean, probably Chaldinho is gonna pit this lap, SRS next lap. I would guess. And see, Chaldinho should pit this lap. Yes, he's gonna pit this lap. Let's see what the others will do. Appalisa pits in now, just to avoid even more undercutting. K1 and SRS have to stay out. Yatin as well stays out. Chaldinho for the mediums! Ooh! What is his strategy? Soft hard medium. 14 laps on the hards. Ooh. That's gonna be very interesting, I'll say that. Yellows through the second sector, there's nothing, literally. Literally nothing happens. What on earth is going on here? Chaldinho is trying to get himself involved here. Kieran loses 2 places like that, or actually loses 1 place, I think. Maybe actually, I don't fucking know. But is down in P8, Paul P6, Chaldinho P7. He's gonna have to really use the advantage of those meters now. And then later on just try and tire save those as much as possible. Bad retires in the pits. So no safety car there. The gap from Yengaboy to Paul is 3.5 seconds. Chris could become a bit of a factor if what Chris is gonna do. SRS and K1 have to pit now. Yes, they do. Yatin stays out for another lap. He was the one who stayed out the latest out of everyone. SRS hards, of course. K1 should go on the hards. Yes, he does. So Chris gets himself involved there, like I said. Chaldinho is in front of Paul now. Paul doesn't have the run at all, doesn't use the ERS, so Chaldinho is in a very good position to just run away from Paul. The gap from Yengaboy to Chaldinho is 3.5 seconds. Paul is as well dragged a bit into this. Sorensen is gonna retire, for fuck's sake, now. So... I mean, he's out of the race pretty much anyways, if he doesn't retire. Chaldinho can use the advantage now of the mediums to... well, catch up to Yengaboy. Maybe as well drag Paul in within Yengaboy as well closer. So Yengaboy is gonna be stressing a little bit, so that Paul doesn't have the DRS on Chaldinho. Yengaboy 8 seconds. That is gonna be he's gonna drop down to P4 because Yatin still has to pit, Chris still has to pit, and Michelle is too far back. So at least from what I see, so Younger Boy inherits the lead. Cialdino new fastest lap, no surprise there. Kieran without the DRS on pole. Yatin is quite... Oh no, wait, no, he's there. What the fuck is exiting the pits now? What the fuck just exit the pits? The fuck? Ah, Fariofa. And gets another 3 seconds. Cialdino is catching on Younger Boy. Pole still has the DRS on Cialdino, so he's still keeping up with him. Yellows, that is Fariofa causing them. Like I said, now we can properly look. Yeah, so he's gonna drop down in the worst case scenario P4. Or worst case scenario is gonna drop down to P5 if Michelle is gonna catch up to Younger Boy 6 seconds. The Upper Lisa doesn't have the... Well, he has 3 seconds. Chris still needs to pit. SRS is 9 seconds back. So at the moment, worst case scenario is gonna drop down to 5th. Kieran is probably gonna still struggle with pace. He's still gonna nurse these hearts quite a fair bit to the end. SRS and Chimp and Chris are fighting for their dear lives for P7 and 8. Chris is probably... I mean, Chris... I don't know what is he doing. He's probably gonna pit now. He has to... No, he doesn't. I mean, he's making this race a bit interesting for the others. Chris as well is gonna have the DRS. So, Chimp... no ERS whatsoever, and Chris just breezes past SRS, and Chimp as well is gonna quite easily pass SRS, even though SRS is gonna try have a go around the outside of turn 1, 2. Yes, he does. They're still side by side. Chris does benefit from it. SRS doesn't have any ERS. Chimp the same thing, but Chimp doesn't have any sort of... well, he has the DRS, sorry. Eddie is now having a go, and there's contact between Eddie and SRS. Eddie loses it and drops down to P11 behind K1. So a bit of a chaos there behind Chris. Chris is definitely not making it easy for Chimp and SRS and the drivers behind who are stuck behind Chris. He's making this race a bit interesting for us, at least in that mid-pack. He still has to pit for a second time, but I mean, he's taking the piss with them, with those drivers behind, I guess you could say. Cialdino is still catching Younger Boy. Pole is still within that 1 second of Cialdino, so that's very good for Pole. Very good for Pole. Younger Boy at the moment is gonna drop down to P3 with that penalty. Chris loses a place on Chimp, although Chimp only has a DRS. Oh, I think they might even go 3 wide. They're a bit 3 wide into turn 1. K1 tries to overtake Chris as well. SRS just not being able to overtake, although now he's trying to send it into turn 3. Chimp is through. K1 is through. SRS is still not through. It's almost 4 wide on the exit of turn 3, going into turn 4. 3 wide definitely. Chris on the inside. Eddie not having a go. No, he's not gonna have a go. Sorensen retires in pits. Chris still holding back SRS behind. SRS, is he gonna re-overtake Eddie? He did re-overtake Yatin. Is he gonna re-overtake Eddie? No, he doesn't. He does it off the circuit, my friend. You completed the lap, the overtake of the circuit. Eddie loses another place to Yatin. K1 tried to overtake Chimp, but Chimp quickly re-overtook him. Yeah, Mexico might be a bit of a dead track, but at least there's action. At least in this game, I mean, the tire wear in here is so high. Pole overtakes Cialdino to take the virtual race lead. Younger Boy has the race lead, but he's got 6 seconds of penalties, may I remind you. So... yeah, SRS is again losing play. He's still behind Chris. He's sending it now on Chris. Hopefully he's gonna get him past. Chris is still hanging it in turn 2. I mean, come on, man. Please just stay in front of him. He's gonna stay in front because he doesn't have... Chris doesn't have the DRS. Oh, hi, Bob. Uh, nice to see you as well. How is DC's Sezoy doing? And Giardino gets us a 3-second time penalty, so you... What's the gap? 2.8, so... At the moment, just about within Yenga by 6 seconds. He doesn't have to worry about anything behind, because the gap is 4 seconds. But still has to watch out if he wants that P2 or P3. With those mediums, I think it's going to be pretty much impossible to stay within that 3 seconds, as well with no DRS. So... easy. I mean, fair enough, I guess. Kieran... And wait, Kieran got overtaken by Michelle. I mean, quite a bit of a difference in tires. So Kieran has 9 lap old hard compared to Michelle's 7. Apelisa has 6. So Apelisa should be able to overtake Kieran as well. Apelisa's got the 3 seconds, but still should be able to overtake Apelisa quite easy. At least, you know, he should be Apelisa should be close enough on Kieran through the corners on the exit out of the 3rd sector. Yeah, he should be close enough anyways. Fuck's sake, my fucking phone is at 5%. Can I fucking increase my fucking brightness so I can see my fucking chat? There we go. How's everyone? I don't know how Paul's done. Yeah. Yeah, my guy's... SRS gets him about 3 seconds. I don't know how Paul did this. He went down to P12 from starting P3 down to P12 and now back up to P2 and virtually in the lead. It's insane. So I came back, went to McDonald's and then drives once in every million years. Damn. When no other job is calling, go McDonald's. That's rough. That's a bit rough. Yatin, no, he's not gonna overtake SRS. SRS has the DRS. Apelisa still not able to overtake Kieran. Kieran still has a DRS on Michelle at the moment. Repulse went to hell. Jeez. Yeah, Kieran's still within the 1 second of Michelle, so he's still gonna have the DRS. By the way, this is gonna be the first race. I think this might be the first race where Chimp is not gonna be right behind Pole in terms of positions. If I'm correct, I think this is the first race where Silver does not finish a position behind Pole. He still finishes behind Pole, but just not one position behind, like Pole P2, Chimp P3 that has been in four times this season. I think this might be the first race where Chimp is gonna be quite far back behind Pole. So yeah, Kieran's still with the DRS on Michelle. Apelisa just unable to do anything. Chesney, what on earth is Chesney Riz doing on the 24 lap old hards? Did the HOR's co-owner forget that there is a certain rule called 2-stopper every race? A co-owner forgot about the rules. Love. SRS another 3 seconds, so that's 6 seconds for him. My god, this has been a bit of a chaos at the moment. Yeah. Lap 31 out of 36. I can't fucking wait to head back from Cialdino pits. Okay, so the tie-way has been... This motherfucker pitted for the mediums for the last 14. He had the fresh hards all along, yet he decided to go on the mediums. for the last 14. I mean, he might have just forgot to change it in the strategy. I mean, Ferrari strats, that's McLaren strats. Me as an esports engineer, I rate these strats. Yeah, if you're like if you're the rival of the team, then yeah. So yeah, Yengaboy at the moment is gonna get P2 as of right now. Michel just about outside of that 6 second. Now he's within the 6 seconds. Now 5.7. Michel has been catching a bit. Yengaboy. Michel's got the same tires as well. Well, of course, the same tires retirement by pressing a button for Fariofa. But Michel has been somewhat quick at the moment compared to Yengaboy. The same tires, same like age as well, the same 11 laps old, so. And Yengaboy gets another 3-second time penalty, so the gap. So he's definitely gonna lose P4. Now it's just a question, or two questions. Can Appelisa close in to within 6 seconds of Yengaboy? Because if Appelisa still has the 3-second time, the 3 seconds, if Appelisa can go under 6 seconds to Yengaboy, he's gonna get P4. So Yengaboy is gonna drop to P5 from the race lead. And if K1 could catch up to Yengaboy, then Yengaboy would drop down to P number 6, as Paul has the DRS on Yengaboy. Yengaboy is flashing, doesn't have any ERS, and Paul, does he go for the move? Yes, he does. What the fuck are we looking at? What the fuck are we looking at? Paul, Paul goes off the circuit completely into turn 1. And Yengaboy retakes the lead of the race. I mean, Paul still has the lead, but I mean, Paul doesn't have to go for the move. But yeah, he sent it to the shops. He was trying to get the fucking quesadillas from the next corner. Seems like it, or it seemed like it. Now back to Yengaboy. At the moment, the gaps. What the fuck? Appelisa is within 6 seconds of Yengaboy, and K1 is almost within 9 seconds of Yengaboy. So Yengaboy could lose this P1 down to P6 just because of penalties. Just because of penalties. He's gonna drop from all the way from P1, top of the rostrum, down to P number 6. But the K1 now is still outside of the 9 seconds. Chimp definitely not getting in. Yatin would need to gain 3 seconds in the next 3 laps, so not happening. Cialdino would as well need to gain a fuck ton. But yeah, Paul still has the DRS, but doesn't need to do anything. Kieran still not close enough to overtake Michel. I mean, Kieran is just DRS farming behind Michel, just keeping it there, not allowing Appelisa to have a single opportunity, as what the fuck is Chimp doing off the circuit, trying to overtake K1. The gaps, 8.9 seconds. K1 is just on that edge between is he gonna be in or out of the 9-second penalty from Yengaboy. Just gonna keep the leader graphic there, the gaps to the leader. Pole 7 tenths back. I mean, he doesn't have to go for the move. He can just stay back behind Yengaboy. He doesn't need to go for it. Chimp gets another 3-second time, but does he have 9 seconds now? Yes, he does have 9 seconds. He's gonna drop back behind his teammate. Could drop back behind Cialdino if Cialdino is gonna catch up. Paul Is he gonna send it? No, he doesn't. Doesn't need to. Like I said, he doesn't need to. Kieran not close enough to go for a send. Chimp is gonna go for a cheeky move. He doesn't have any ERS left. The same with K1 though, although K1 had a little bit more. Probably just putting it in none. K1 within the 9 seconds to Yenga Boy. 8.8, he's just on the cusp there. He's just on the edge there. So he really needs to keep it within the 9 seconds. It's not easy as you have someone else pushing and putting the pressure on. I mean, probably K1 doesn't even know this, that Yenga Boy has 9 seconds. He probably doesn't even know this. Unless someone is engineering him. Someone is telling him this. Unless someone is telling him that, he doesn't know that Yenga Boy has got 9 seconds. He doesn't know that. He doesn't see it. So, even Appelisa doesn't see it from here. Paul gets a 3-second time penalty, but it does... it could matter actually, it could matter. Michelle could take a shock win on the final lap. Paul gets himself a 3-second time penalty. If Paul doesn't make the gap behind, over 3 seconds to Michelle, Michelle could take a shock win in here. Michelle is gonna take a shock podium anyways, from where they start, P11. But Michelle could win this race now, if I'm correct here. Yenga Boy, Paul overtakes Yenga Boy. Paul moves up into the race lead. Now, let's see what the gaps will be, because we now have to look at the leader gaps. Michelle, 3.4 seconds back. He's not going to be able to get that gap down unless Paul does something through the final sector. Would have been handy for Michelle if Yenga Boy would have been in front of Paul, but it doesn't. And it seems like Paul, at the moment, is gonna take the race win after a bit of a... could have been a bottle on the final lap with that 3-second time penalty. Paul is gonna take the race win and extends his championship lead over whoever else it's gonna be. Yenga Boy P2 on track, but Michelle takes P2. It could have been a P1, but unfortunately misses out. Kieran P3, Appelisa P4, K1 P5, Yenga Boy drops down to P6, Yadrin P7, Chaldino P8, Chim P9, SRS P10. Eddie is gonna finish this race in P11. Gios P13, as Chris is gonna be in front of him, because Gios has 3 seconds. Yeah, so Chris P12, Gios P13, Chesney Reyes P14, and Lone Wolfster P15. Baby Driver P16, but he's probably gonna get disqualified because he did only one pit stop, and then the whole race he did in AI, so it doesn't really matter. I mean, what a race this was. On the final lap, we could have had a shock win from Michelle, but Paul takes the race lead, the race win, and wins here in Mexico, extends the championship lead by whoever else. My phone almost died, because I have the chat on my phone. Yeah, like I say, it almost fucking died. It fucking 1%. So if anyone is saying something, can't see that. But yeah, here are the race results. A bit of a penalty fest around here. Like I say, Paul P1, Michelle P2, Kieran P3, Appelisa P4, K1 P5, Yenga Boy P6, Yadrin P7, Chaldino P8, Chimp P9, and SRS in P10. That's the provisional standings at the moment. Next week, I mean, I highly doubt it that I will be for Mexico, unless I get really lucky with work and with the timings. I might be able to make it, but that's gonna be like last minute, if anything. So yeah, I'm gonna go now, but more quick, because I want to check on my mates how much they fucked up on the on the race, on the LMU race. So, ciao, and maybe see you next week. Maybe, I don't even know if I will be able to make it the week after that. Might be able to make it round 9, but who knows? I don't fucking know. See you whenever. Ciao.